Hey there, this is going to be a quick tip tutorial video on Fl.studio, and I just wanted to show you how to quickly clone your patterns so you don't have to put in all of the information in different patterns. I used to do it that way. I used to start with pattern 1 and put in my drum pads, go to pattern 2, put in my bass beat, or I would use the right click, edit, copy, and then go to another pattern. There's an easier way. Okay, I don't have anything on pattern 1 because I played around and kind of deleted all the information there. So I have 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, all the exact same patterns. Okay, now I'm going to just do the clone one time just so you know. And what it's going to do is if I'm on pattern 1, it will clone to the next pattern 2. If I'm on 2, it clones to 3. It does it like that. I haven't figured out a way to do it any differently. So this is going to clone to pattern 7. Okay, and what you do is you simply drop this down, make sure you're on the pattern you want to clone, go to clone, or you can use the shortcut Shift plus Control plus C, and then you can clone it. And when you clone it, it automatically copies everything from 6 to 7 or 1 to 2, whichever one you're on. So what I'm going to do is go to pattern 7 and I'm going to delete that one because I don't want all these. And I'll go to 6 and we'll delete that one. And you can delete your patterns just as easy as you can add them. Just go here, make sure you're on the pattern you want to delete it, and click OK. Now I'm on pattern 2 and I want it to go to pattern 1. So I can go here on pattern 2 and I believe up is going to be 1. Yep. Okay, so 1 and then 2 is going to be blank and then 3 has some notes and 4. Okay, so I'm going to clone this to pattern 2 since it has no notes there. And I'm going to drop down this. I'm on pattern 1 and I'm going to hit clone, and now pattern 2 has the same information. So now that we have, actually I'm going to clone it to 3 so we can have 3 parts. Pattern 2, clone it, and now everything, all my notes are on 1, 2, 3, and I don't need 4, and it's on 5, so I can actually delete that one. Okay, so all of our notes are on 1, 2, and 3. Every note that I put for each instrument. And as you're doing the notes in the first pattern, you can always turn the volume off. You know, say you already did the drums and you don't want to hear them. You want to hear just one instrument. You can just mute the other ones and listen. But put them all in one. And here's a quick way. You clone them. And let's say 1, I want to be my intro, but I don't want to have all the instruments playing. I can just go in here, since I have everything saved. I don't have to worry about losing what I have. And I can say, oops, right click and just knock out some of these notes. And let me see, maybe. Alright, let's say we wanted to start it like that, and say on this pattern I wanted to change these notes a little bit. Say I wanted to just erase some of this and not have all of it playing. Now look at pattern 2. I still have all of my notes. Okay, so I'm only changing pattern 1. So let's okay, say we like that and we want to make that our intro. So we go to the track. Now, normally a lot of people, we're used to using this pattern block area, but they're going to do away with it. So I've been trying to get into a habit of using the track list area, which you can set it up to work exactly as the pattern block area. So make sure this is on the pattern you want to insert. And I want pattern 1 for my intro, so I'm going to click pattern 1 here. Now, in order for me to only put pattern 1 on this track, I can lock it. I can go over here, right click, and lock to content. Now, each time I click in here, it's only going to add pattern 1. And what I mean is if you go here, you can add pattern 2. If I change that, that's pattern 1, and you can have different patterns on a track when you're working with the track area. But if you lock it, the only pattern that's going to go on there is the ones you lock, unless you drag a pattern from another track into that track. Okay, so we have pattern 1 for our intro and pattern 2. Let's say pattern 2, I don't know. We want to maybe add some, not the drum yet. Let's say we're not ready to put the drum in there. Alright, say we don't want the beginning of the piano in pattern 2. We can just go in here, erase whatever notes we don't want, and it's real quick and easy this way. We have the same notes as pattern 1, but we just added the difference. We added a few drum beats, and we added a couple more of the hi-hats for pattern 2. Okay, so let's say we like that and we want to add pattern 2. Always check and make sure this is on the pattern you're going to insert. And I want to add pattern 2 here, and I want to lock it so nothing else goes on that track. So I right click and then go to lock to content, and now I have pattern 2 there. Alright, so 5. I'm on beat 5. So let's say we want to go ahead and start adding everything else in. And let's say I want to add, let me see what's on 4. Okay, there's my last one. So let's say I just want to make this my final track, and I decide I want to add a little something in there, so I put that in there. So pattern 3 I want to add as my main beat, I guess. I am not good at naming parts to songs. I know the names: hooks, intro, outro, bridge, but chorus, melody, but I don't remember that stuff all the time. So I'm going to lock this here anyway, lock to content. Okay, so that is how quickly and easily you can duplicate your patterns. You make it all in one pattern, then you clone it, and then you make your changes, and that way you can insert into your track area, lock each pattern to a track if you want to work with this the same way you would work with the pattern block area below in the playlist, and it'll work greatly. So hopefully that's been helpful, and I hope you like my little song here. I just put this together. I think it sounds pretty smooth. I like it. So and that's all there is to it, and that's